Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Where do you put the condiment?
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
You might hear some click-clacking behind me. No, that's not a tap class. Hershey is up and wandering around the apartment.
Hershey.
Great. Our guest this episode is Hershey.
Hershey tapped 40 times for yes and 41 times for no.
And he's asleep.
Who's at that front door? Who's at the door? Who is that? Go get him. Who is it?
I'm wearing headphones, Hal.
It's okay. Dogs have very sensitive hearing. Who is that? Who is that?
Stop that.
What's that squirrel doing?
Stop that, Hal.
Who's that dog at that door?
You are going to rile up Hershey. You stop. We are recording an episode. All of you stop. All of you.
All right. It's food time. Yet again.
It is. I like a food episode, Hal. We are a food court, if nothing else.
Trite.
A supreme food court.
Trite.
Which means we have sour cream on us.
I'm trying to get it's right turned into trite.
Trite?
See if it catches on. Trite.
Stop
I said
trying
by
to make
mistake
fetch
once.
happen.
At first I was like, what a real boner. And then I was like, this could work. Trite. Trite.
Are you also trying to bring back boner at the same time as a way to be goofus?
Gaffs, guffaws, and boners.
Oh my gosh. If you didn't know that that was a synonym for those things from back in the day, what would you think that TV show was? Gaffs,
it's an all boners episode.
Wait, what?
Dick Clark's showing you boners for a half hour tonight after Family Ties.
And then at 11, news boners.
News boners. DD Mega Doo-Doo. Anyway.
Oh, all right. All right. So we're talking about condiments here. I'll tell you how this was asked specifically.
Okay.
It was asked about one very specific condiment. This was Red Nerd on the Discord suggested this. Thank you, Red Nerd. Should you put ketchup on top of, beside, or in a separate container for dipping your fries? That's how it was initially put. But I think this can apply to multiple condiments. Maybe not all, but this will be specific to ketchup and fries. But if there is some way that we find that works better, generally speaking.
Well, I think it's like any condiment you're putting on like sandwiches. Sure. Generally, unless it's a French dip. Like I'll do it with a hamburger.
And it's anything that you're going to dip.
Yes. If yo como una hamburguesa, I will sometimes have, I'm learning, thank you, Duolingo. Janet Varney, our pal little Janet Varney, got me hooked right before we went on the boat.
Yeah.
On the Joko cruise. She was like, oh, I was talking about learning. I was like, I really want to learn Spanish. Like I've lived in Los Angeles for a long time. It feels like a smart language to learn and be able to communicate with people. And she showed me Duolingo and like 30 seconds. She showed it to me probably for 90 seconds, 30 seconds. And I was like, oh, they made this for my brain.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I do not miss it. Is the first thing I do when I wake up and the last thing I do before I go to sleep.
No kidding.
Yes.
What about it fed into your brain so much?
It turns it into a game. And it also teaches you in a way that you're like functionally learning how to apply the language. Instead of conjugating a verb repeatedly, you're learning about it in real time. Like you could learn like comer, como, comes, come, but to actually put it into sentences and learn other things as well. Like here's how you order food. Here's how you get a table. Here's how you ask for the check. It's touristy stuff, but also like, where are you from? What kind of house do you live in? Where do you work? So learning those things functionally, it just clicks for me. It's like a puzzle I'm trying to solve. And also having taken French, there's enough similarities that it's sometimes it helps and sometimes it hurts.
Sure.
Because the articles are different.
I can't do French because I speak Spanish, but when it's time for French, I'm like, you drop the ends of every word and they're little extra doodads on the letters. I don't know what any of this means.
Right.
Also, it sounds like Duolingo is a little materialistic. They're asking questions like, where's the bathroom? Can I pay the check? What kind of house do you live in?
Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive?
What do you want to do? Yeah.
I like it when I've done it in the past. I've liked that it teaches you. It doesn't say this is what we're teaching you right now. It just gives you things and you notice them. You know what I mean? It's like, Oh, the plural of that is that? Apropos of not the actual lesson we were doing anyway, but that's another thing I'm noticing. So there's little things that you notice. You're teaching yourself how to teach yourself, which is cool.
There's also a weird world of characters that you encounter. A lot of them are stories about people lying to their dates. It's great. And that's all I'll say. You go figure it out for yourself. They're not sponsoring us. We've had a competitor sponsor us. They no longer sponsor us. This is why I feel free to talk about it.
Yeah.
Duolingo, this is your chance to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
I'm here using it all the time. I have lots of friends who use it too. We love it. We're into the soap opera of it. So come our way. All this to say, when I'm having a hamburger, if it comes with if they have like a nice house sauce.
Hang on a second. Go. We're not done. I'm not done with this thing.
Okay.
I want to know about the soap opera.
Okay.
I want to know what, people are lying to their dates. What is happening over at Duolingo?
It's always like a story of these people are talking at a restaurant. They're clearly both there to go on a date. And as they talk, they're discovering they have a lot in common.
They're a date with each other, not like they're each at individual tables with a candle dwindling.
Yeah, she's like, yo tengo un gato y dos perros. And then he's like, yo tengo un perro. Él es muy bonito. And then they have this connection, and then they go to share their names. They're like, are you Julia? And she's like, no, I'm Maria. And he goes, oh. And then who walks in? Julia. Oh. And she's like, are you Jose? And he's like, no. Me llamo Daniel. And then they're like, what? No. They ask you at the end, they're like, what happened here? They're like, he lied to his date because he likes this other lady.
I thought that they were just sitting with the wrong person. I didn't assume they were lying. They were accidentally with the wrong person. Then
the person he's supposed to meet is there, and he makes up a fake name.
How? They were on, I thought this was a blind date situation.
They were both there to meet, like, oh, are you here for, it's a whole thing. I don't have time to get you into the whole world of the Duolingo characters, but it is sordid and bizarre and wonderful.
And is that owl just watching over it all like the Watcher?
Yes. He just shows up and is like, good job. I'm not going to talk to you, but here's a bear named Falstaff. He'll talk to you.
Oh, I do love a bear named Falstaff.
Who doesn't?
Because you know what that bear is? Fun.
Yeah, he is.
Is a jovial bear. He's not coming after you to eat you. He's coming after you to tell you stories that may or may not be true.
You mean he's divertido?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. El oso es divertido.
Muy divertido. Sí. Anyway.
¿Dónde puedo poner los condiments?
En la calle. Anyway.
Wait, okay, no, hang on.
You just squirrel.
Well, you heard it, folks. Drop your condiments in the street.
En la calle.
That's right. This is the most I've spoken Spanish since Amigos.
That's right. Arroz con pollo.
Yeah. Plátanos.
Plátanos.
All right, let's talk about ketchup. Really, we were presented with 3 options for this by Red Nerd.
It's on top.
On top, the side, or in a separate container.
Okay, can I tell you why it's never on top?
Yes, thank you. You don't have to tell me, but tell anyone out there who remotely has this as an option.
First of all, some of you out there are going to say cheese fries, though. Guess what? The cheese isn't a condiment. It is a topping. It is meant to go on top of it.
Yeah.
If you have some nice crispy French fries or some nice crispy chips and they are not nachos, nachos are different.
Yeah. Potato.
The second you put the sauce all over them, number one, you're going to have one that just looks like Carrie at the prom. And number two, for the other ones, it's either not going to be enough and it ruins some of them. Like, please, not on top.
Okay. How? Let me ask you this then. If those are our only 3 options, is there a version of on top that works? I think maybe we can find a version of each of these that we can live with. So I think this might take a very fastidious person to do it. But if there were a way to do a squirt bottle, I'm thinking this is the only way that this one could be palatable. Squirt bottle with a very tiny hole, and the fries are not in a pile, but in a layer. And it is done in an even lattice work.
Get the best. That's
best case scenario. Did you just swear on our show?
Yeah, I did. That's insane.
That's the only best case scenario.
You are bending over backwards here to invent the proper bottle and the proper plating that it's okay to By the way, you're stacking them, which means you got to put on the ones on the bottom too. It doesn't just go like at that point, you might as well put it on all of them.
Well, no, they're finding windows like it's choreography.
You pull a bottom one out like Jenga and rub it on the top to get some.
What would you do if you got fries that came out like that and they were all perfectly just lined up in a row like a popsicle stick raft?
I would hurl it into the wall like I was Oscar Madison with a plate of spaghetti. That's what I would do.
Oh, all right.
I'd be offended. Absolutely not. No, it is the equivalent of when you have just, it feels like hoarding activity.
Yeah.
It feels like the kind of house, and you can, thanks to the beauty of the internet, you can see a lot of hoarders' homes where things are.
Is that part of the beauty of the internet?
I mean, you have access to everything. All right, look, part of the curse of the internet is you have access to see these hoarders' homes that being cleaned up. That's very satisfying. And there's a woman right now, her name is Madison, who's going through, her father was a hoarder. He has passed away. She's going to her childhood home and clearing it out. And you're seeing her like relive with something very difficult psychologically, but also the satisfaction of she's helping him let these things go finally. Mm-hmm. The way the house looks with piles of everything everywhere is the same feeling that I get when I see just a bunch of ketchup dumped on top of French fries. And if they're not thick fries, heaven help you.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I'm trying to think of greater culinary diner offenses if you have ordered a round of fries for 2 or more people to share. If somebody just came in and does do you guys mind if I just put the ketchup on top?
Oh, especially if it's like not a squeeze bottle, if it's just those old glass screw top bottles.
Yeah.
Where it's going to come out. You can't control the flow of ketchup properly. It's going to be too little at first, and then you're going to hold it at an angle and bang the glass 57 because we all know that trick. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, it's everywhere.
That bottle is a character on the pit at some point in the process of getting it onto the plate. It's like, oh, we've gone too far. The medical community has gone too far. Now it's going everywhere.
Yeah, I don't want to have to intubate my fries. Not interested.
Yeah, it's not supposed to look like SpaghettiOs. It's not a sauce like... Let me ask you this, too. This might be a determining factor later on down the line. This one we're eliminating, but later on down the line, this might be a factor. How much ketchup do you put on fries? And for purposes of description without visual aids, a standard sized coffee mug amount of fries. How many packets of ketchup would that I'm just trying to give so people have a gauge. If this were full of fries, how many ketchup packets would this require? I held up a coffee mug.
On the side.
On the side. We're talking on the side. No, not on top. Of course not on the top.
I would say if you enjoy ketchup, something that is a third the volume of that mug filled with ketchup should be enough.
Hold on a second. That is a like 12-ounce coffee mug. You're saying 4 ounces?
Fluid ounces. You're not weighing it. It's how much space it takes up.
Volume is fluid ounces. That is 12 fluid ounces. A third of this.
4 fluid ounces, yeah.
4 fluid ounces. That is...
I would rather have too much ketchup than not enough and have to keep refilling. And sometimes I'll have to.
If a packet has a tablespoon in it, that's 12 tablespoons. That's 12 packets of ketchup for 1 order of fries.
For the table of my belly.
Do you think that you use more ketchup than most?
Do you think I was on metformin, Mark?
On what?
Exactly. The doctors out there know. We got at least one doctor out there listening.
There's a ketchup drug?
Yeah.
Hal, you're getting too much ketchup in your life.
All of the diabetic stuff I had to deal with.
A lot of sugar and ketchup.
Not asking a normal person this question. I like having a lot of ketchup. I don't use that much. I guess I would say...
A third of a mug feels like a lot.
If you get like at a diner, if you get like a good order of steak fries, which is what I like. I like the thicker, flatter cut fries.
Yeah, I'm team steak fries.
You usually get like maybe 2 cups of that.
We're talking
how much
cups.
they put on the plate.
We're talking the little paper ones, or
if you were to cut them up, they would go like if you're in a measuring cup, you probably get 2 cups.
Yeah.
You cut them up and stuff them in there.
Yeah,
I would say probably about a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of ketchup would be enough for that.
Okay. All right. No, you know what? I was thinking of this wrong. It's,
that's right.
A 1/4 cup is 3 tablespoons, not 3 ounces is 3 tablespoons.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like 5 to 6 tablespoons.
All right. I got the math way off on that. I was so worried for a second.
Look, you take
Because
industrial
the
vat.
magnet that has all of the conversions is on the fridge, and my fridge is not with me right now.
Yeah. Remember what Jack Nicholson falls into to become the Joker? That much ketchup.
Okay. That's
how much you need.
All right. You know what? In this conversation talking about this, I'm going to add one that was not on the list.
Oh, great.
That I've done before. Way easier with a squeeze bottle, but I have done it with packets. Look, I know this might sound silly, but hear me out.
I think I know what you're about to say. I'm very excited.
Fry by fry.
What's wrong with you?
Come on, fry. If I'm just sitting, I know it makes me look not like I know it doesn't look like I've got all my faculties if I'm sitting there with the whole bottle and just doop, tiny little bit fry by fry. But it is a valid way of getting the exact right amount of ketchup per fry if you don't care about, etiquette at a table.
I've never seen you do that before, and I know that because if you had, I never would have shut up about it.
I've done it with packets. I've not done it with the bottle. I've done it with packets many times.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be for that?
What?
You're not for that?
No.
Why?
Make your little ketchup pile on the side, not touching everything.
Why are you yucking my
you
yum,
control what goes into what. If you're having McDonald's, for example, and they give you, let's say they give you 5 packets, good number of packets. You open up the wrapper. Can't believe I have to. You open up the wrapper.
Yeah.
And in the far corner by itself, that's where you squeeze and you make your little mountain of ketchup.
Yeah.
The fries and sandwich are separate from that. And then you dip. You do not sit there in a conversation and paint your fries before you eat them.
Well, then, you know what? Then I don't know. I don't know about this app. We can't air this.
It's 2026.
We can't air this, Hal. We can't air this.
No, this is getting double aired.
Look, it's 2018, Hal. Sorry, that was a lot. Man, I'm making comebacks. We're doing 2 episodes in a night. Damn it.
We are running this for a month straight. It will be just this episode to get it in there because the understatement of my lifetime that I heard is it might make me sound a little silly.
Yeah.
It is such a massive understatement of you sitting there like a serial killer toying with each fry and putting just a little bit of ketchup for you and then you'll be eating.
Man, this is between me and my fries. This has nothing to do with you.
It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the packet again.
It puts the ketchup on the fry or else it's not getting eaten by this guy.
No, absolutely not. I would be failing humanity as a whole if I let that go through. And listen, if you're out there and you're like, that doesn't sound out of the ordinary to me, it is out of the ordinary. Look,
I don't think so.
Enjoy what you enjoy, but let's not pretend that this is a viable option for most people.
You know what it feels like? It feels like, oh man, this is even worse. I was going to say it feels like I'm a giant putting ketchup on a tiny hot dog. But as we all know, we're not supposed to put ketchup on hot dogs.
See, you're just making the point.
Yeah.
Making the point against consistently.
It's the exact right amount. Here's another one that I will stand by and I'm a big proponent for. The way to get the exact right amount of dressing in a bite of a salad. When you get the dress at a restaurant, if it's not a tossed salad, if it's like some spot, it's not like a fancy spot where they're making it very deliberately. It's like, okay, we give you a little cup of dressing on the side. It's one place like that. Mm-hmm. Food doesn't go in the little cup. The little cup doesn't get poured over the salad. The fork goes in the cup. Just as much dressing as will wind up on all 4 tines, plus a little bite of salad, is the exact right amount of dressing for a bite of salad for me.
I've never tried it before, and I would, but that feels like the fork version of those spray salad things. It was like, just 2 spritzes, and you'll never know it was even there. Enjoy.
It's a little bit more than that. Depending on the viscosity of the salad dressing, you can pick up a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
and
if you're
adding a slight, scoop beveling motion.
Mark, you are building. Are you getting a patent for all these different ways that you're putting condiments on your food? It feels like you should.
I didn't think I was out of the ordinary.
You dip your fork. In the salad dressing, and maybe do a scooping motion.
Well, if it's a little thin, there are minute hand movements that will get you the amount of dressing onto that fork that you need.
And for just $99.99, you can learn Mark's super salad system.
That's right.
Learn the right
me
scoop.
with a spoon.
Gross.
Come on. All right.
I don't look. We're both in therapy. It's fine.
I got to talk to Ashley about this week.
Yeah.
All right. So let's, we've eliminated on top. We have inexplicably eliminated fry by fry. So let's jump now into the two contenders, side of the paper, if we've unwrapped the paper on our burger and poured the fries out onto it, or side of the plate if we're in a diner, which, by the way, I found this out. The reason that ketchup and French fries go so well together and became such a married couple, simple proximity. All the restaurants had ketchup thanks to Heinz in the late 1800s, and fries boomed in the 20s. So there you go. Ketchup and fries. Not what they do overseas because they didn't have the same experience we have. But our experience is a delightful one. The American diner.
Fine with a mayonnaise, fine with a garlic aioli, like lots of fun things you can put on a French fry.
Yeah.
I prefer a ketchup. I will also take a brown gravy. I don't mind that either.
Yeah. I like a ketchup. I like a steak fry with ketchup, or brown gravy's in third place. Steak sauce, like HP sauce is in second place for me.
Thank you. HP.
Right.
In either case, look, if I have to put it on the plate, it's because I always ask for like a little side dish. If I see the dish that the little creamers are in a restaurant, I'll say, can you bring me an empty one of those so I can put ketchup in it?
Okay.
I will go out of my way and request it because I would rather be able to dip it on my own than put it on the plate, depending on what else is there.
How?
Let's say you're getting Eggs Benedict and you have French fries with it instead of hash browns. You prefer that, as I do. I don't want to put ketchup on the plate because I don't want ketchup on the Eggs Benedict. I want them to be their own thing.
Downside.
I know you appreciate it.
That's the downside. Oh yeah. Give me a prison tray over a plate any day. I want those little walls. Give me a berm between lands over here.
Hello, walls.
Yeah. But that's the big argument I think about against putting the ketchup right on the plate. The argument for is you can get every last little bit of it up with those fries. You know what I mean? There's a fry will eventually become a dam. Another fry will become another dam, and you can do little, fry painting on the plate with them.
You can sacrifice.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
All right. Let me make one more argument for putting it on the plate directly.
Sure.
And that is, it doesn't always have to go on the side. Here's another one for you, Hal. What about the well? You ever do the well? If you've got a pile of fries, make a little well in the middle of, like you would the egg in a pile of semolina flour if you were making pasta. You go bird's nest, clear it out. Then you know that the only thing it's touching is other fries that are going to get the ketchup anyway. And it doesn't spread it doesn't make its way out of its confines.
I'm realizing my thing that may be a little odd. Is I'm like Vivian in Pretty Woman. Just like, I say who, I say how much, I say who. I want to control. The second you have it touching, you have lost control of how much condiment any of these things get. Like, the clear answer is a reason why a lot of restaurants that are fast casual have a pump and the little cups. Like, Roy Rogers did it. They were way ahead of the game. Sure, they barely exist anymore.
Yeah.
But you would get the cups.
The restaurant. Thank you.
Yes.
I was thinking of the cowboy.
He's been gone for a while too, but
all right.
The restaurant, the Roy Rogers restaurants have that. I think Wendy's has it as
always
well.
had it. Yeah.
Like, those places that have pumps, it's a much better way to do it than the packets, which are annoying and don't rip open quite right.
And a waste of, it's more trash. You're just making more trash.
Like, just give me a cup. I'll maybe fill 2 of them.
By the way, Hal, when you're in the restaurant, just use the word ramekin. They'll know what you mean. Don't say one of those little creamer cups, but dump the creamers out and the sugars. And do you have some that are round instead of rectangles?
I don't say ramekin, but what I do say is, can you bring me a small side dish that I can use to put ketchup in and dip? Oh. And then they can decide if it's a saucer, if it's a plate, if it's a ramekin, whatever it is, I'm fine with. As long as it is separate and I can just go to town. And if I want to dip the sandwich, I'll dip the sandwich, or any of the other foods. I can do that.
Let me ask you this, Hal. I know you are a guy who is concerned about germs. Do you have any concern that this is one of the few times where if it's not going to come out, if it's going to come out in a ramekin on the plate, which is frequently the way it comes out, you've got a ramekin. Do you trust the exterior of that ramekin with being food touching?
Yeah, but I move it off to the side anyway because I might be cutting into or reaching over. Like I just like it right beyond the plate, so I like that reaching motion.
Okay.
I understand they're going to, like, there's no point in bringing it over on a small little tray that you hold up on a flat palm.
Forget that. No, that's what I want. I want it on a charging plate, on a dinner plate, on a small plate.
Yeah.
And then under a cloche.
Sure. Because you want to live in a Wes Anderson movie.
I do. And it's always in the dead center of the table. Somehow they get it right every single time.
Of course.
Yeah, look, man, I'm with you. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any contender besides the ramekin that's going to win this one.
I mean, I don't think there is. Do you? We're both food separators, so.
If we've taken fry by fry off the table, then yeah, there's not one that's going to beat it.
I so hate to do this to you.
Yeah.
But yes, it's off the table. It's in a trash can. And that trash can has been set on fire.
Oh no, why are we setting the trash can in this restaurant on fire?
It happens to the best of us, and it also happened to that.
Do you do apparently the internet told me a few years ago that I was using the cups wrong. They're like, no, you're supposed to pull the cup and it blossoms open like a proper Baltimore crab cake and lays flat, and then you put the ketchup in that.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. And then I thought, wait a minute, says who, man? That feels like that's going to make a mess. The point of the cup is the walls.
I've seen that, but I don't do it.
Okay. I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah. It seems iffy.
Yeah.
The science is out on that. I don't know if it's been peer reviewed.
All right. So it's specifically a ramekin. It's not the filleted open version of that paper bag from Wendy's.
That's right.
All right. Bring us home.
People of the world, take your stuff, put it in a little container, and dip. Why? Because we can and we should. And that allows you the maximum comfort and experience of dipping whatever your food is, be it French fries or un sandwich, no matter what it is. Gracias. It allows you to control, like, hey, this is the perfect bite. You get to compose your perfect bite every time. Isn't that what a meal should be? Is like your full enjoyment of the food before you. And I believe, as does Mark, which means now you live in a world where the best way to have that condiment by your side is in a cup or ramekin or dish of some sort, asked and answered.
I think we did a mitzvah for all the people who've shared a plate of fries with somebody who wants to put it on top.
We did.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're getting a salad, dunk that fork in that dressing, y'all. Well, this topic is closed. And before we move on from there, I would just like to point out how I had a blast coming on your other podcast, Tights and Fights, in last week's May 30th episode. That was such a blast. Yeah, you guys are really fun.
We loved having you, and it was very cool to have you, before we recorded, say, hey, I want to come on Tights and Fights real quick. Words I never expected you to hear as someone who's not really a modern wrestling fan. You had the same childhood, maybe dalliance with it that a lot of us did. I never stopped. If you out there listening, if you are a fan of professional wrestling, or you like funny people like Danielle Radford and Lindsay Kelk, who have both been on the show, the three of us talk about wrestling, but a lot more than that every week on the Maximum Fun Network. Another fine Maximum Fun Network program that we had Mark on, and it's always magic when Mark appears on your show.
Oh, thanks, buddy. But I got to say, even for those who aren't wrestling fans, you know how even if you didn't watch soap operas, it was always a blast to hear your coolest aunt tell you the stories that happened on them?
That's right.
The three of you are my coolest aunts, and these are the soap operas. So I kind of prefer hearing what happened. Oh, you didn't hear about this? Oh, okay. So this guy, you only have to be a fan of Hal Lublin to go and listen to this show. And you get Lindsay Kelk and Danielle Radford as well, who are an absolute delight. So yeah, I can't say thank you enough, and I can't pitch that show enough.
Well, you know, Aunt Hal loves his stories.
Yes, he does. Anyway, there are many more topics to discuss, so please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or
you can find us on the social media at We Got This Podcast, with the exception of Instagram, where we are at We Got This Show. You can and should subscribe to our YouTube channel, We Got This with Mark and Hal. It's how you find us and how you find all the fun video content and live streams that we've been doing over the past 11 years at this point. It is there for you, and subscribing is a way to make sure that you do not miss out on it. Also, you can join our Discord, where we get great suggestions like this one. That is bit.ly/WGT Discord. And hey, do you want to make sure that this show continues to happen as other people in the world have by becoming a member of Maximum Fun? It couldn't be simpler for you to do. Just go to MaximumFun.org/joinWGT. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving us a reason to sit here week after week as if we are across from each other in the diner, having these conversations as I watch in horror as the buddy that we both brought with us pours the ketchup on the top of the fries. Don't do that. You're not that person. You wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do the show without you. We couldn't do the show without you. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everyone listening. To the people of the world, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
Sunscreen companies calculate SPF by testing it on volunteers' butts.
There is a can of Spam in the Mariana Trench.
A Nobel Prize-winning physicist from the Manhattan Project invented modern speed bumps.
Mesoamerican native people invented kidney medicine that glows in the dark.
On the podcast Secretly Incredibly Fascinating, we explore this kind of amazing stuff.
Stuff about ordinary topics like sunscreen and Spam and speed bumps.
Topics you'd never expect to be the title of the podcast, Secretly Incredibly Fascinating.
Find us by searching for the word secretly in your podcast app.
And at MaximumFun.org.
If you like too many podcasts, you'll love Soundheap with John Luke Roberts. It's got clips from all your favourite podcasts, such as Diary of a Tiny CEO.
Leonard Sprague, tell me how you make your money.
I go to the beach and I steal people's towels.
Remember Armour.
Do you remember the trend of everyone whacking themselves on the head with hammers and mallets when they wanted to lose weight?
And Elty John's Lobberly Songs.
I'm here today with Kiki D. Hello, Kiki D.
Hello, Elton.
There's dozens of episodes to catch up on, and brand new episodes going out right now. So, if you want far, far, far too many podcasts, then look for Soundheap on Maximum Fun. Boop boop.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.